A very good afternoon. A Dutch bike blogger here. On my way from Appingedam to Groningen. And it's a lot nicer weather than it was yesterday. Yesterday it was colder, much more rain too. So it's a delight to be outside. Nou, Dombo. Why should you watch where you are going? What a dumbass. She had shark teeth and no right of way. But like I said, much better weather than yesterday. Also a lot warmer. Maybe for cycling a little bit too warm, but I'm not gonna make a bike race of it. By the way, it's a Sunday, if you want to know. Pentecost weekend of Pentecost Day. In Holland we call this Pinksteren. And since quite recently in Appingedam the shops are open, on a Sunday afternoon. Which in Appingedam is quite a feat. They never ever were open on Sundays except for the local grocery store Albert Heijn. And I'm now in the shopping street, but sure looks like everybody is closed. Probably has to do with the fact that the village of Delfzijl has Pinksterweken, festivities today and tomorrow. So it could very well be that there are not much people about. And shops decided to close. Also in Oosterwold, 20 kilometers away from here, there is an air show going on today and tomorrow with antique planes, warplanes and whatnot. To my right was the local postal office, it's now a library. Bolwerk number 2, the former home of my grandparents. Nice. Only can be described as a dune buggy or something. Little sightseeing here. I do have the time, so no need for speed and whatnot. They stay cruising speed to Groningen. Well, this is the street I used to ride when I got to school, to the MAVO. Exactly the same road. And then a turn to the right, and then another turn to the right, and you were in the schoolyard. Many years ago, the school burned down. Let's have a look where it was. Somewhere next to here, maybe a little bit this way. This entrance was probably right here, but I'm not sure about that. But it's gone. It was a wooden school. I call it in Dutch a Finse school, a Finnish from the country Finland school. And it's stopped being a school for many years, and there was something else housed in there, a sort of working area for social working thing for disabled or people with some kind of physical or mental handicap. And it somehow got on fire and it burned down completely. That's one school gone, and also the other school I was in. Little school or whatnot, how do you call it, grammar school or preschool or whatnot. The school you're in from 7 till 12 or so. Also gone, not burned down but torn down and replaced by houses. Oh, this is a nice area. I've not been here for a while or at all. Looks great. Bike lane. Well, let's see how far I can get over here through this area on this lane. Something different. Normally I go to the Jukwerdeweg, but that's not something I'm going to try and do. A dog owner walking her little dog. The dog. Family in the park. Well, let's have a look. Where can I go? Well, the bike lane is stopping. The sign is indicating a blue sign with a white bicycle on there with a big red line on over it. That means bicycle lane is over. Stadhouderslaan crossing Gouverneurslaan, Governor Street or lane or whatnot. Have a look. Prinsessenweg. And Hoofdelingenlaan. Never heard of it. The only thing I'm worried about is that I have the feeling that I have to go to the toilet again. I just done business Numero uno. But I already have to go again. Well, I do have to go this way. Otherwise I do not know where I'm going to end up, and probably not in Groningen but somewhere else. By the way, I did not mention it yet, but I did have a little bit of headwind. Not that much, because it's not significant enough to even bother about it, but there is wind. Well, on the Damse Diep trail, what I'm trying to do is get the next bridge to my left and go over the channel again, but could be that will be taking some time or some distance. In the distance, 12 o'clock, you can see the yellow crane I passed on my last bike trip. See playlist of that bike trip in description box. And I'm already out of the gemeente Appingedam, and I'm allowed to drive 60. And du moment I passed the sign, my computer went AWOL and said 87. Well, good for you, little bike computer. But it doesn't actually work. It's broken. Or the battery is flat, I don't know. It just does not work. By the way, I'm wearing the same clothes as I did when I went to Appingedam. A white t-shirt, a pair of shorts and some decent shoes. No flip-flops. Annoying. I'm wearing socks, of course. Backpack on the back again. Well, the camera's running on my chest. Got my spare shoes on my handlebars. Got some food from my parents with me. Yesterday we ate some salad and I got some leftovers with me, and today we also had a salad. Well, it's a little bit of an incline at the moment, and I do feel the wind now. So this will be more a longer bike trip because, well, when I drove here on Thursday to Appingedam from Groningen, I had wind in the back. I went a lot faster. And now the wind is blowing from southeast. And that's exactly where I'm going. But it's not a race, just be cool. Although be cool is not an option because it's getting warm. Backpack on the back, sunshine. You know the drill. busy on the midget golf range, except on the terrace it's more busy than the range itself, so camping grounds are not full, but there are people on there. Well, what have I been doing the past days? I, of course, arrived Thursday evening at my parents' home. I went for a shower and some food. And then Friday morning I woke up, of course, went out of bed, took a shower and ate something. And then I had to go to the dentist. If you're a regular watcher, you know, or viewer, you know, one of my videos I now announced it, that I would have to go to the dentist to have a molder fixed. Well, it was done in 10 minutes, quite fast. Without any sedation, so and then I had to pick up some things in the city. Mother has planned for her birthday with some local neighbors a trip with a boat, and I had to pick up the card for that, the tickets. I watched a little bit Formula 1 on Friday, and Saturday morning, well, woke up at 9 or something, had early dinner at 12:30 or so, and then we had to leave home. It was my father's birthday yesterday, and they had planned a trip to the museum that's in Warffum. We'll put a link in the description box. It's an open air museum for how things were done and people lived before the 1920s. It's called the Dutch Openluchtmuseum Hoogeland. And the Openlucht is open air. Well, museum is quite self-explanatory. And Hoogeland, well, that's higher land, highland. Let's go stop a bit because the car has to pass me and I have to go to the left. And I promised you that I would take a bridge. Two or three people swimming in the dumpster deep. At least they were trying to get in. Two girlies in a bathing suit. And a boy or man in his bathing trousers. Well, the same area I drove when I got to Appingedam, but only reverse. Japoto.nl. Jap and auto is car. In Holland, auto is car, and you spell that as A-U-T-O. Alpha Uniform Tango Oscar. And Jap is from Japan. And the writing of auto is not A-U-T-O, but Oscar Tango Oscar, or Japoto. Jap Auto. lovely driver of a bike dealer, how to repair a bike with paint, part 1. Now that's since my earlier movie, have a look in it. Well, going this way, Kano-centrum Dirdumer Klap. Klap is a brug, by the way. So it goes folding up in the air. I've not seen this in a while in this way. We're on the other way, but not driven in this direction. Also nice to see this here. Well, some party area. Little pony. Not my little pony, I don't own a pony, so somebody else's little pony. Well, I can feel the wind now. Also maybe audible in the camera. And back to what I was telling, Saturday with the whole family, we went to Warffum, to museum Hoogeland, Openluchtmuseum, with a museum impression of how life went on before the 1920s. Which is quite nice. Were old buildings. There was a big school building that was originally there, and some other buildings, but a lot of buildings were coming from different locations. They were torn down brick by brick and rebuilt brick by brick on that area, probably the former schoolyard. Well, they were decorated with people living there, butcher, painter, a fisherman, and little school. Little house of the school janitor, but well, I'm telling you all this, but I did make a video of it, which will be published in future. No, that has been published before this one. You already have seen it, probably. Or maybe I will switch them around. Well, we have to see when there is a video called Openluchtmuseum Warffum, and you have seen it. And if I publish it before this one, there will be a link in the description box to that video. It will be a video, by the way, with sound but not speech. We'll try to get some text in, and we'll have to see about that. But there was a lot of noise, people talking, myself talking, but you hear people talk Dutch, Groningen, local language, me talking English and Dutch. Well, That's not very handy, so I will try to fix that and see about that. And a little effort not to get any people on there, because you're not waiting to see visitors in the viewfinder or people who have nothing to do with that area. But that's probably something you already saw, or we'll see after this one. That's a nice area, an open air museum. Weather was not fantastic, it was windy, we had some rain, but overall quite okay. Well, after a few hours in the museum we had a high tea. There was a restaurant slash cafe. So we drank tea, ate some scones and other lovely sweet and nice things. Some pastry, sweet pastry, bonbons, and of course a lot of tea, sandwiches. Really nice. We were all quite happy and full, and everybody liked it. I do like to see how things were done in the past. And some recent past you actually, well, do not know very much about, but it's the past, and not that my parents lived like that, but maybe my grandparents or their grandparents, my great-grandparents. But we do have a lot of luxury today, a lot more luxury today than they had then. But mind you, they didn't know any better, and they had state-of-the-art things, like a kitchen sink with a pump on it, hand crank pump to pump up water. Well, a toilet inside the home, not a flush toilet, but a wooden box with a lid on it. All very nice and nicely decorated. Quite a few homes or houses, little houses, not the biggest houses. Actually bumped my head a few times, that's how low the door frames were, the top of them, and then 185, so quite low. My mother is a lot shorter and she has to bend over or duck. She's 165 or so, a lot less than I am. A lot shorter than I am. But like I said, you probably will have seen the video, or will soon see the video. Something different. Not bike blogging, not biking, not walking, just a vlog of the area, and well, not even a vlog, but a video. What am I doing? Oh, I have to go here. I'd like to have an option for going somewhere else, but that's not going to happen. No, no. Oh no. No, no. Oh no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. End of road, so I had to go here. Just talking, not really paying attention. Something you actually should not do. People out and about with the beautiful weather on the terrace, and sitting outside drinking something, traveling. Maybe because it's a Sunday holiday for people. Tomorrow, by the way, is also a holiday, but more people out and about due to the fact that they are free from work, but also because it's nicer weather. Last time I got here it was not so busy. Well, when we already passed Winneweer. By the way, this morning at 7 o'clock we had a little earthquake, magnitude of 2.4 at Garrelsweer, near Loppersum. We are in an earthquake area because years ago we started pumping out natural gas out of the soil, out of the ground, and now there of course are big cavities, empty cavities. The pressure is gone, and now earth is setting, which causes earthquakes with damage to houses and really not great. The trouble is, the Dutch government is quite lacking to reinforce the houses and to reimburse people for the damage. Not only the damage in their house, but also effectively you cannot sell your house anymore, at least not for the money you would get without the earthquake troubles. And Dutch government is making shit of it. Also quite unreal is that my parents do live in a brick home with a wooden construction on top or a roof. 100 meters further on there is also houses, also brick construction, and also parts of a concrete construction with a loose facade on there. That whole part of the city, Opweer de Twee, is going to be torn down to the last brick and rebuild. And like I said, when I'm 100 meters away, I'm getting my parents' home. Nothing like that. They're looking into it. Got a damage report, and it takes ages, by the way. Get a damage report in and then have to reinforce the homes or not. It depends on what the level of danger will be. Level of danger is after an earthquake of X amount, will your house be flat as a pancake and crushing you, or will your house stay upright? And these are, by the way, the houses to my right, are new houses, but they are called Wisselwoningen. What's that mean? Well, I'm out and about on Ten Boer somewhere, and in Ten Boer there's also earthquake damage. They have to rebuild or reinforce houses. Well, during that time, where do you have to live? You're not going to live in a camper or a caravan or a tent in front of your own home. So people will be housed temporarily in these Wisselwoningen, switch houses or something. So you live here, you take all your stuff with you, gonna live here for a while. They're gonna reinforce your home, gonna pack your stuff and go back. Unfortunately, sometimes that takes up to a year, so you have to be prepared and willing to live for a year in a different house and pack all your things and stuff. Would be quite annoying, actually. And there actually are a lot of people who never going to be returning to their homes because it's been torn down, built different home on there, and never ever going to live there anymore. By the way, that brings with people a lot of stress, physical stress with it, living in an earthquake area, not knowing when, where, what. Let me see where I would have to go. Probably straight on. Yes, I have to. Otherwise I will never end up where I have to go. When I go to the left on that earlier crossing, I would have ended up in Warffum, that's near the Eems Canal. It's a route I already took. Which video is called. Now look at the description box. There's a playlist with countryside cycling, which I drove from Groningen to Appingedam with a bike next to the Eems Canal. Well, local road with a orange-red bike lane next to it. I have to cross the road here somewhere. Look, that's going to be happening in a safe way. I hope so. Well, the bike just whooshed by, but that was an electrical bike and a swan to my right. Well, I'm driving now parallel to the Rijksweg. It's a quite straight road. The N360 Rijksweg. And behind that, again, the Damse Diep, just as it was when I came from Groningen to Appingedam. Still windy, more open area. Very lucky that I do have a day off tomorrow. Only start working at Tuesday, so I have a day to recover from all this driving. I wouldn't want to do this all day, actually every day. An hour to work and an hour back to work. And I would get a car or something. Maybe an electrical bicycle. But as you maybe noticed, it's much more busy outside with bikes, cars and pedestrians and joggers than it was on Thursday. Thursday evening was a quiet ride. Happy about that, actually. Already dove here in the reverse direction yesterday because, well, we came from Warffum. First of all, from Appingedam we went to Warffum on another route, and then we got back Warffum, Bedum, Ten Boer, and then on this road with the car going to Appingedam. It went a lot quicker. Lekker niet opletten gewoon. 3 times I have to ring my bell to get some attention. You're driving with 2 kids on your bike, one on the back and one on your steering wheel. Probably an idea to have a better look. Well, try to do a straight drive from Appingedam to home. Of course, slowing down somewhere, some parts to stand on the pedals and let the blood flow again. But I'm not planned on stopping. Well, they're a lot faster. A man and a girl on a bike with a lot more speed than I have, and also a lot more gears than I have. I actually have one on my touring bike, one big blade in the front and one small one in the back, and a brake, coaster brake by the way, but nothing more than that. Not wearing a helmet, not even sporty clothes, just a pair of shorts and a t-shirt, and that's it. Ten Boer. Phew. Some chicken and a big cock, male chicken. Walking in the garden next to the 80 kilometers an hour road. Well, I do have some traffic lights on red, so let's prepare to be rolling and stopping and standing still and stretching my legs. Wouldn't that be nice? Otherwise, green, damn it. Was not something I was counting on. Normally I do like to have a green light, but in this moment I would have preferred a longer red light. Speedy on his race bike. Yeah, why not, mate? You have the bike and the power, well, use it. A race bike is faster, but you're so leaning forward and so leaning on your arms. Which cannot be good for you, at least not for a longer period. I do have a mountain bike which is also a very forward position, and you're leaning on your arms all day long. So this goes a lot slower than when I got to Appingedam. I do have the feeling I'm driving much slower, and big old bike tour. By the way, the setup of this tour will be the same. Title for all the videos the same. Number of the part, the number of the area which is covered in the video, like from Appingedam to Garrelsweer or something or whatnot. You're getting used to it. Probably 4 parts or maybe 5, and then a piece of video in one go. I viewed my video from Groningen to Appingedam, and there were some weird cut-offs. Middle of a sentence, a video file stopped, and a few seconds later it started, missing some words. But I will try to get that or arrange that in the longer video by trying to fill in what I was saying with some text on there. think it's almost an hour or something now, maybe a little bit less, but when I do my best I will probably arrive at 4:40 or something. Or maybe 4:45, I don't know. It's hard work for this bike ride with the wind in in my head, or from ahead. A headwind, I mean. Standing on the pedals, just cruising. Looks like I'm a little on an incline again. Makes it harder to drive. It's a lot of effort this time. Yesterday went quite well, and more well and better. I do have to say, last time I had a backwind and also a cool temperature. Last time it was 17 and now it's plus 20, 1 or 2 or something. So it would not have hurt when it was a little bit colder. On the other hand, it's nice weather, it's dry. Why am I complaining? Well, I don't know. A little bit of sweat in my eye. It doesn't feel very nice. Well, I've got nothing to show you people. Just a straight road. Next away, even more straight road. To a straight piece of channel. Still a nice night of looking TV, of watching TV. Formula One race of Canada is on this evening. When this will be aired on video or on YouTube, already the race will be over and done with, and even probably the next race will be done. The car a little honked his horn. Scooter speeding. And you drive with one hand with your headphones on. How come you're going to correct something when you hit a bump? How are you going to correct with one hand? Not possible. Let's see if we can do something different here. By going this way for a short change. And I should end up at the dumpster deep, so something I went by earlier this year, but then in the other direction. So let's see how that goes. Maybe a little bit longer tour, but I do have the time, so no issue at all. Let's have a look. Well, camera's still running. There should be enough space on there, or well, to my left the Ames Canal, to my right the road that I was parallel on. But this is a nice and wide bike lane. You could even go here by car. Oh, that's a wheelchair with a hand crank on there. Totally getting somewhere. Oh, that's a quite young man on there, by the way. When he had a hand cranked wheelchair, which will bulk you up the chest area, the arms, when you use it regularly. Gee. two-way bike lane, hence the people coming from the other direction. Joey used hands, yes. Follow the series French, you know what I mean. Well, it's quite a nice wind here. See if I have to can get to the main road ASAP. Maintenance mechanic with a sleuth in his van in his orange overalls. Probably solving some issues or have to check something, and that's also done on Sundays. Maybe he was phoned and asked to check something. Maybe he was on call. People living behind this dike all have a quite long driveway to get up to the dike here to drive their cars, get to their homes. Phew. Hi. Getting really warm. Let's see when I go here. Oh, that's this business. Let's go straight on. It's a dead end except for bikes, so that would be okay. Actually driving now into the area which is called Ruischerwaard. Let me see if I can see a name of some street sign here. Not so much at the moment. Well, an old farmhouse in the middle of this area used to of course be in the middle of nowhere, but now it's built in. All these houses over here, normally with their garden to the water. So this is actually the front of the home. This also has the back to the water. Damsterdiep is behind this building to my right. The bottom feels like wood. Not very nice, I have to tell you. And an area for speed. Oh, a dump in the road. Saw it a little bit late. Of course, there is not much traffic here, but that's not a reason to walk with your child in the middle of the road. I think it's dangerous. But sometimes people do dangerous things unaware of how it should be done or could be done differently. Well, we have a road here, the Rijksweg, and I have to stop now. Green for cars, not for me. Well, I'm standing here all alone. Some dickhead with a car with music. Not sure what that's about. Well, let's check it out. Where can I go? Houses in the back of the supermarket. Big speed hump. Not much of a challenge for a bike, but a car will be have to slowing down very much. Well, we're on the bike lane here. A little bit more out of the sun, and especially out of the wind too. Does not look very familiar here, but that will come. As soon as it will be closer to home, I will recognize things. Follow this road. Well, that's not where it's supposed to be going. I thought it would go a different way. Here I can go to the right again. and hopefully not a dead end. Sure looks like it. Well, that goes for a turnaround. I really thought I could go here, but not so much. This is not a dead end, but not sure. Looks like I can go here. Over here. Little bridge. With a big dip down, going through here, and ending up at a road somewhere. Let's follow this direction and maybe I'm going to get where I want to go. Lekker slim. How on earth will I get out of this area again? Well, I had to go this way. Totally did it wrong. And now I know where I'm going, back to the Rijksweg, and then taking a right somewhere. Yes, sir. This is where I needed to go. Again, traffic light on the red, on red. And it went on green. Back to here. It was a horse, not me. Again on a bike lane through the area of Leeuwenborg, still Leeuwenborg by the way. Well, that does take a little bit longer than it should have done, but it's a nicer route, I think. This is not boring. I do have a sense where I'm going, but not exactly, so bear with me. Oh, it's a little bit bumpy here. Let's go straight on. Looks like a bike lane, but could very well be a pedestrian walkway. Not sure. But it probably will get me closer to home. And it does, because to 11 o'clock may be visible for you the Tasman Tower. Whoever understood that may translate, please. We do have a green light now. Phew! Well, my expectation of arriving at 4:40 are vanished now. Even 4:45 is not gonna happen. I would be lucky if I was at home at 5. Phew. Gee. Searching for where I have to go. It's not that difficult, but I do have to have a look. Well, we're gonna end up with this video of 5 parts instead of 4. Took a while. Well, a little bit driving in the wrong direction in Leeuwborg. Had some failures. I'm not familiar with the street, so it's of course possible to get something wrong. And I did. By the way, I hope you're still driving with me. I even don't know if you're looking at part 5 or 4 or 6, or maybe you're watching the total video. Hope you enjoy it. But I will be glad when I was home, or we're home, stretching my legs, showering. And finally drinking something and going to the bathroom. Cats chasing each other. First one was a pretty nice cat, hope you saw it. So wait for the bus. Now the traffic just go. Well, it took a little bit longer, but I made it close to home. I'm not even aware where I am, but in this stretch of road I will be ending up at the Korreweg. that he more concerned about his daughter or son than looking at the traffic. Well, like I said, the Corvette view. Well, I can cross here, it's very nice, don't have to wait. Almost back home. Well, thanks for watching. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, do have a look in the description box to see what's going on in there. Also click the bell button for notification, and of course I'll see you in the next video. That will be probably the video which I'm going to work again on Tuesday. Take care, and like always, be safe out there.